There was once a time where adult comedies got pumped out by Hollywood on the regular and straight to the big screen. But over the last decade we've seen fewer and fewer of these types of movies, and a lot of them now go straight to streaming. And so when they released a trailer for the new Jennifer Lawrence film No Hard Feelings, it was greeted by many as a pleasant surprise.
I think I'm quite ready for another adventure.
With this one involving a woman in her 30s who's on the brink of losing her childhood home, agreeing to date a wealthy couple's 19-year-old son. Now this story was inspired by a real Craigslist ad, and for those who don't know what Craigslist is, before social media came around, it was pretty much the destination for everything and anything you could ever want.
Lightly used Xbox controller. Yeah, it's only been half used. That's not bad.
Jennifer Lawrence's Maddie is not the most likable character, but as the film goes on it does attempt to get you more on her side, as she builds the chemistry with Percy, who's played by Andrew Barr-Feldman. With a background in musical theatre, this will be many people's first experience of seeing Feldman as an actor, and he definitely did leave a good impression. And before committing to the film, he was presented with a dilemma of whether to attend Harvard or do a raunchy comedy with Jennifer Lawrence. I think it's fair to say he chose right.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
An important question to ask in regards to this film is, did it make me laugh? And I would say it probably made me laugh 2 to 3 times. I think a lot was revealed in the trailer. There wasn't so many new jokes which weren't revealed there. And I would also say there was plenty of times where you sort of smiled at the joke but not actually laugh out loud. It's funny, I saw the new Pixar film Elemental the day after, and that probably got a bigger laugh than any laugh in this film. Some of the jokes from the side characters were a little bit too try-hard for me. I think Matthew Broderick was probably the best side character because he had a few good moments as the overprotective father. There is a scene on a beach which involves full frontal nudity from Lawrence and Feldman, and that's certainly where the film really does embrace its adult rating the most. There are other moments where things go into places they probably shouldn't do, but I think overall the film is quite a safe one compared to what we've seen in the past with R-rated films. The part of the film reminded me of American Reunion when Maddie goes into a party and sees that the youth of today are all on their phones, and how different that was from back in her day. What wasn't believable though is that they kept calling her old lady. I was like, she didn't look that old, bloody hell. You don't have to be an expert to know how this story is going to go, and also with some of the jokes, I think some of them are quite well telegraphed, and the film could have used a lot more smarter jokes, some which could have used a bit more time, but you would have got a much bigger payoff from them. I was though never bored throughout the runtime because this leading pair was an engaging one. Lawrence had some really good comedy, and I think she's shown in the past with some chat shows, for example, that she has that in her, and we haven't had enough experiences in films to see that come out.
You are so old that your publicist is a registered nurse.
Percy is a socially awkward introvert, and we see him on many occasions out of his comfort zone, and a lot of the time they're played for laughs, but also there are some emotional moments which do work, and especially one which involves a musical performance, and with him he is definitely the heart of the film. In the third act of the film it does sort of struggle to know how it wants to wrap up things, it sort of does meander a bit here and there, but we do get to the conclusion and it is a satisfying one.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
During the promotional campaign for the film, Jennifer Lawrence has said that I think it's time for just a good old-fashioned laugh, and it really is hard to make a comedy where you're not offending people. Everybody in some sense will be offended by this film, you're welcome. I do agree with what she's saying there, because over the last 10 years especially, comedy has become much more restricted. Like, people will take things way too seriously and they'll go on Twitter, write a thread about it, and say how much they've been victimised by this bloody joke. Being able to brush aside things which target your personality in a comedy setting is a great trait to have, because you got to laugh at yourself at times. In regards to No Hard Feelings though, I think if you are craving an adult comedy then this can fill the hole for you, and I do want to see more adult comedies on the big screen. Having said that, I think this film could have offered a lot more, and in the past it could have been a perfect date night movie, but now there's so many different options at the cinema, it's more so a Netflix and chill film, and so I don't think it warrants a cinema ticket, but instead it's just worth waiting till it comes to home viewing. For its rating, it certainly had room to move up the filth meter a bit, and the same goes for the comedy. There definitely could have been more laugh out loud moments here as well. But comedy is very subjective, and you might have thought this film was absolutely hilarious. Whatever the case, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're looking for something else to watch, on screen right now is a review which YouTube are recommending for you.